Hello everyone, this is Harsha. Welcome to our YouTube channel Tech My Head. In this video, you can watch the story of an ECE student who prepared for an IT job and got placed in Infosys. But before going into this video, I would like to tell you one thing. If you got placed in any company, if you have an interview experience, you can share with us. So we are opening a platform where you can share your stories and many people can reach out to this story and listen to you. So if anyone are interested, you can send a mail to us. You can see this mail ID in the screen. So you can send a mail and we will approach you. So your experience matters a lot. So your experience can help a candidate in his interview career. So if you are interested, please send a message. Let's go into this video.
Yeah, hi Imran. Thanks for accepting our invitation to share your experience or story. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I mean, you guys asked me, and I thought there is an opportunity, So I thought maybe my friends across the globe who are from EC background, they might be willing to know that what I went through for the placement and everything. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Suppose like EC students, so maximum most of the EC students want to secure a job in IT life because there is a less opportunity for core companies. So I think this video will help a lot for the EC candidates who aspires to get a job in IT industry. Okay, then so you can introduce yourself. No? Yep.
I'm Imran actually. Working with him, Ramna from the same company Infosys. Actually same designation also. So I completed my graduation from ABS Engineering College. It's in Ghaziabad, near NS24. I've completed my graduation with ECE as a major, and then I pursued for IT industry. Of course, I was always interested in IT. Plus, the core companies were not, it's really difficult to get into a core company because they ask a lot of tons of questions, and you have to be conceptually well versed. So it's kind of difficult. Also, IT was always my thing because coding and everything was my, I was always interested in that area. So yeah, so that I pursued it. How I got into Infosys is actually a funny story because see, back then in around 2020, Infosys used to take two different type of exams for selection. One was from NPTQ certification, and then you get to be a Infosys certified programmer, and then you used to you roll out as a system engineer. They give you a place that you can be a system engineer. They take you through and everything, and then there was a hack with Infosys, in which as per our performance, they used to roll out different positions like system engineer, specialist, and so power programmer. So actually, when the placement started in my college back then in 2020, I actually appeared for NPTQ certification, and they asked for like 65% to clarify that exam, and I got around 60, 61 or something, and I was so devastated. Like, oh my God, this is the very first company in my college, and I'm not able to secure a job here. So the problem was actually I was very well versed with coding, and they asked DBMS and everything. So I was actually out of practice because of the college exams and everything. So then I prepared myself. I didn't know that hack is in phase something else. Like there's also a different sort of selection criteria and Infosys. I didn't know about that actually. Then my college, actually, I'm very grateful that my college kept on sending different mailers every single day, no matter how many companies, even if I'm not eligible for that company, they still send an mailer. It was a good thing because at least I know that, yeah, okay, this company is coming to my college, plausible. If I am able to, I will obviously apply in it. So yeah, then I applied for Hack with Infosys, and by then I started coding and everything. I was well versed with my concepts. And so I was able to crack Hack with Infosys and finally got into Infosys. So that was, that was the very first company, not first company and the last company for me. Infosys was the first and the last company because CC, from the very starting, the first company which I appeared for was through NPTQ Infosys. And then again, there was around 6 different companies I applied for, including sales. And then again, Hack with Infosys, and I got selected in that. So the
Okay.
major, yeah, this kind of was my introduction and how I got into Infosys. If you
Yeah.
want to ask something very particular, you can go ahead.
Yeah, suppose in college life, so you started as a EC student, and so when you start preparation, there are 4 years, right? So when you start preparation to get like a placement preparation kind of, so do you have an idea like in our college the maximum we will get IT jobs, so that's why you have to prepare for IT jobs, or so when you got an idea like when you got interest to learn all coding stuff, and so what are the basic programming languages you learn, and what you want to suggest for EC students to secure IT job, so what are the technology they want to learn?
Okay. See, my interest in coding wasn't because I wanted to get placed in IT industry. To be really honest.
Okay.
See, back then, when I was in class 10, class 9, actually, I used to. They introduced coding back then in class 9 or that. I exactly don't remember. It was Java, basic Java. So I used to fail in Java all the time because it was very new concept for me, and it was very difficult to grasp and everything. And to be really honest, I wasn't the brightest student of my colleagues, obviously, but still, I managed to cope up with the concept and everything. And I'm very glad to one of my teachers, computer science teacher, but he actually cleared every concept of mine. He was a very young teacher, and he was new to my school. So since then, after he introduced every concept and everything was well first with me, and I was traversing through every single concept and I was grasping everything. So this developed an interest in me that yeah, coding is a thing. It can be a great thing. So I tried experimentation and everything and started after completing my 12th schooling. I actually started pursuing. I wasn't until class 12, I didn't know that I knew how to code, but I didn't know what exactly I'm supposed to do with the code. So after 12, I got to know when I entered the college, I got to know that, yeah, coding can develop things. The websites are based on coding. I knew, I had the idea, yeah, websites are made by that, an application are made by coding, but I didn't know, I had no idea how to do that. So when I was in first year of my BTech, then I got to know that, okay, Python is a very simple language. Okay. And I started learning different concepts by Python and started developing applications using only Python. So then I got to know that okay, this is how the company works. This is how actually coding is done. So this was you call it pinnacle moment. Yeah, okay, this is this threshold point. Now I got to know everything, and now I have to do something about it. So that was my time, and I started preparing. And then again, there was a setback for me that I was from EC, and these I'm aiming for an IT or CS industry. So the only setback which I faced, as a ECE student was like few of the companies which came to my college, they specify that you should be a IT student or a CS student. Although I knew I was able to capable of cracking their coding questions, but just because I was an EC student, I wasn't able to appear in those schools. Again, you don't have to be disheartened because of that because it is a very small fraction of the company. If there are 50 companies coming to the college, then I suppose around 5 to 6 company will be there. They will say that you can't be from EC background if you want to apply for my company. So you don't have to be disheartened. And again, for preparation perspective, you can pick any language of your choice. It can be
Okay.
Python, Java, C, anything. You just have to be well versed with the coding concepts. And the most important thing is data structures and algorithms. Because of course, if you're aiming for a good company, if you're aiming for a higher package, this is inevitable. They're gonna ask you their DSL code and everything. Even if they don't ask you in coding round, they will ask you in interview. That's what exactly happened with me when I was in Infosys. They were taking my interview. They actually asked me about my linked list, and they even gave me two different questions to solve in front of them. So yeah, practicing coding is very important. You can, sorry,
Yeah.
you can opt for like different websites like HackerRank, HackerRank, CodeShare. Those work like, miraculously if you are regular and consistent with that. So yeah, you can do that. And again, you should work on your aptitude because see, for in terms of Infosys, they only ask coding questions. Right. They didn't ask anything else. In the hack with MP, there were only three different coding
Yeah,
questions
it is
available. They
completely
didn't ask
coding based.
aptitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of the companies they ask aptitude. So it's
Yes.
important to well to grasp all the concepts with the aptitude and everything. So yeah, to score a good IT company, all you need to do is brushing up your data structures, consistently keep coding, and grasp the aptitude quotient. That's all.
Yeah, okay. So I think you will have an CSE student, a friend kind of, no? Suppose while
Yeah.
appearing for interviews, do you find any differentiation between the interview process for CSE or EC student for the same job? Yeah. Do you find any different?
I don't think so. I mean, the only difference which I faced was while I was appearing for an interview. After asking all these questions, see, let me first give you a background. A friend of mine who was from IT, no, he was from CS, and I was from EC. So he was not from my college; he was from a different college, but he was my friend. So we both were appearing for the same company. He actually was an off-campus, right? So we went there for the placement and everything. And he wasn't very bright with the coding stuff. He was from CS, but he didn't had a very great background with the coding. But I was into coding from the very beginning, so I had the concept and everything. So when the interview asked different questions to me, I was able to answer everything. And then he was actually he didn't see my resume at all. After asking all these questions, he took my resume and he was like, "You're from it?" Like, yeah. He was like, okay. So he was actually impressed. You know, he wasn't like, okay, you are from EC, I am not selecting you. But instead, he was impressed that you are from EC and still you are able to give all those answers. It's a good thing. Maybe it's the fact, maybe my friend wasn't able to give all those answers because he went first for the interview and he told me his interview didn't go that well. So maybe that's the reason that he saw a CS guy was able to answer those questions, but an EC guy able to answer those questions. So that is a good thing. Except that, the only thing which I consider as discrimination is that one thing that I told you, few of the companies will specify you have to be from IT and CS. Otherwise, I don't think so. If you are well versed with your concept and you know how to code, you're fine. You'll get a job, and nobody will ever, discriminate you just because of EC.
Okay. So now you're working on Infosys, and so do you face any challenges?
Like as a EC student.
Yeah. No, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. See, I have a background of coding. I know how to code. So it
Yeah.
wasn't a challenge for me. But there is a challenge for like a EC student. Just see, I want to, okay, I'm going to burst the bubble. Okay, see, everybody knows that at the end of the fourth year, and there's a peer pressure, and everybody want to score a job in IT or any company. Because obviously, you have invested a lot of time, a lot of money, and at the end of the day, if you aren't able to score a job, get a job, then it is little devastating. So even there was a few of my friends. They were very great at studies, and they opted for government or everything. But ultimately, they changed their path to IT industry. Just to, their aim wasn't changed. They wanted to score get a government job, but they wanted constant income, a simple income, so that at least they can finance themselves. Then there's a singular idea in everybody's mind that okay, I'm 20 now, and why should I ask money from my parents? That's the mentality everybody has. So everybody, so in this criteria, there are so many people who are from EC background and have no idea about coding, not at all. But they are able to, after traversing through concepts and working towards the goal, they are able to score a job at an IT industry. But after entering an IT industry, they kind of face few challenges because of the coding background. 2 months of coding practice will get you a job for sure. But a lifelong or a year of practice of IT, well, coding and everything will get you a job, and also will you will be able to work very well with the company, with the flow, because obviously you have the concept, you have everything. But again, this is not a setback. If you score a job, if you get a job, after working 2 3 months for coding, still, when we were trained, we knew how to code. You are from CS, I think so.
Yes,
From
yes,
CS,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
But in the training process, it was so difficult for us. I mean, in
Yeah,
the process,
exactly.
it was hectic. We
Yeah.
are from coding background still, so this is the challenge which most of us face. You know, if a person is not from coding background but he is getting a job at IIT, he might face a problem. But that is just a temporary problem. You will obviously able to learn. You will obviously be able to traverse with all those science and concepts, and you will transcend for sure.
Okay.
The challenges inevitable. Of course, they will be coming, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay then. So finally, what you want to suggest for suppose your juniors from ECE guys? So any suggestion for them? Because the placement season will be start for 2022 batch, I think, from June, and there are 2021 guys already complete their placement season and want to enter into IT life. So
Yeah.
any suggestion for them?
For specifically for IT guys, I would say don't be afraid. I mean, keep on coding, keep on doing aptitude and everything, and be aware. I mean, you don't want to miss an opportunity.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a very big company, it's a startup and everything. It's okay. You have to start somewhere. You know, it's not you should not be disheartened if your friend is getting higher package and you are not. Everybody has to start someplace. Everybody will eventually grow in their life. So it's important to start. The only thing you should be doing right now is keep on coding, but with your data structure and aptitude, and yeah, sure you will be fine. And also English is very important, because after entering a company, there are so many different people around the globe. Even there are foreigners in our company,
Yeah.
few of foreigners and everything. If you want to know English, even if you are very good at your concept, even if you are very good at coding, but if you are not able to tell the client that yeah, I have done this is of no use. No, so English is also very important.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm presently working on a project, and my teammates are from different states. I have to communicate with in
Yeah,
English, and
yeah.
if I don't know English,
See,
then it's not works for me.
very very difficult.
Very
You're from
different. Yeah.
south, okay, north,
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
So it's a very different part of the country. I know same country, but different part of the country. It's very difficult for. See, when I was in school, all of my teachers were from south. All of them, almost everyone. Few of them from north, most of them from south. So it was an advantage for me because all of them kept on speaking in English. So it was a habit to keep on speaking English. So
Yeah.
it helped me a lot. So it's a good thing. And also it's important if you want to grow in your career. So English is must.
Yeah. Okay then. So thanks for sharing your story, Imran. And I also know that you are a graphite sketching artist, kind of. No? You have interest in that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah. Okay
know.
then. Yeah. Okay, viewers. I will provide his YouTube channel link, and his sketches are very cool. And if you like it, you can subscribe to his channel
Sure.
also. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Bye.
Imran. Yep. Bye.